just went into the driver's license place in here to ask him a question about my trailer. And then I walked over to.
You talking to me?
No, I'm on live stream. Then I walked over to the property assessor's office because I had some questions about it. I've been one person's property value went up by double, and the next person's didn't go up by anything, living in the same area, and I just had some questions about it. So I went there and asked them about it. Well, the lady spoke with me at first, and I'm like, I have a question, and I'm not, not trying to be argumentative or start a fight. I just have an honest question, and there has to be an honest answer for this other than just go away. I'm not talking to you. So I asked the lady, I was like, hey, there's nothing the county or state offers me that I get for my property taxes. So what is the loophole, or who do I have to write a letter to or whatever in order not to have to get extorted because I own property? And I'm not the only one that feels this way. There's other people in the county that had the same issue. She said, sir, I honestly don't know. She said, I'm just a clerk here. If you want to talk about that, you can talk to so-and-so. And then he walks in. So I asked him first about the question I had. I'm like, hey, man, these property values doubled from what they were paid for last year. So how do you justify that? And then number two, taxes and land. It's like, okay, well, here's what's going on with this part, this 550 acre. He's like, what's your question? So my question is, no, there's nothing the state offers me that I want that my property taxes goes towards. So where's the loophole, or where do I sign the piece of paper that says, hey, don't show up if my house is burning, if somebody's robbing, we'll take care of it? Like, where is that at? Now, this is the county property assessor. His immediate fucking default, dude, I shit you not, was, I'm not having that sovereign citizen conversation. And I just started laughing. He said, as a elected official who has taken an oath to the Constitution, I'm bound by all laws of the state, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that's what you think. I said, but laws don't trump rights, do they? Like, do you believe that you have the right to own something? And he wouldn't answer me. And he walked over and got the piece of paper or whatever. And he said something else about the sovereign citizen thing. I'm like, hey, man, he said something about complying with the laws, too. And how he'd much rather live here than in other places. And I told him that these conversations can't be had. You just do it because you have to, or because you do it. And I was like, I told him I tell everybody, if the founders had thought like that, like we must just comply with every law because it's the law, we'd all have cute little British flags out in our front yard right now. And show me where in our Constitution where it says that I can't own property. And if I own something, the state can put a ransom on it. And if I don't pay that ransom, they can take it or kill me to get me off of it. That's why we can't have these conversations with people. And I've come to the... I don't know what's on my phone. But if there was such thing as a sovereign citizen, it would fall in the state rampage here. Well, not rampage, that's a bad word to use. Deal where I... started showing what the local government's doing around here with these flock cameras and shit. I'm going to go because it's only on Martha's. I'll come back on. But we're going to have two people private messaging me about these cameras and their issues with them, wanting to get together. A vet or a doctor in town. I don't remember which one. Something like that. I know it's a big east side of the spectrum. But they do some profession like that. And the other one is a local attorney. So, where's the point where it stops? The county, the auditor said, well, taxes are a lot less here than they are in other places. Like, that makes it okay. Oh, well, we just extort you for a little less here. So, it's okay then. It's okay then. And, the county commission decides what the property tax rate is going to be. So, the state values your property. And then the county commission decides what that tax, and then they add it up, and then that's what they set the tax rate at. I wish I could do that. I wish I could just say, hey, I'm going to spend $150,000 next year Therefore, you all are going to work harder and you're going to pay for it. While I sit in my air-conditioned office and twiddle a pin between my fingers, and that's why that's the point. And nobody ever owns anything in the land of the free and home of the brave. Like that shit makes me want to hit somebody when they say that for citizen shit. Because if that's where your mind first goes to, then you're a fucking complete idiot. If you can't think, hey, wait a second here. I mean, like, listen to the word I say. I don't want it, which means I'm being extorted. That's a crime. Under your rules, it's a crime. So who gets arrested for committing that crime? Everybody in the chain. If we go rob a bank, I mean, you plan it, and then we tell Joe how our plan, and then we hand Joe a gun and give him the tools to do it, and send Joe on his way. We can't act like we wasn't involved. No different with them, but they've created a shield for themselves called law and the monopoly on force and violence to create that shield, and you're supposed to deal with it. It's just the way it is, Nick. It's part of being an adult in the United States of America. Aren't you so free? Aren't you glad to be free? I'd rather be here than a lot of other countries. Well, how many other countries have you been to? Well, I went on a cruise one time. Fuck out of here. You know, words don't mean shit. What you actions do. It's no different than where we live at. We're told we're free every day, and then they extort us. And then when you ask them, you know, the people that supposedly work for you won't even have a conversation with you. They'll just flat out tell you, "Fuck you. I'm not talking about it because I have this belief that you believe you're a sovereign citizen." And I know nothing about that. And I said, "Hey, I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay for it. Where I signed, just pay." I mean, I didn't know that was a sovereign citizen deal. Now. But anyway, we got the trailer back on the road. I got some tires on it, some decking on it. I got another decking board I got to put on it. And we're coming out here to wire it. So I have to wire it, rolling around in gravel. I'm old and frail. Plus, I'm sure there's something over here that needs done. So I brought trading. You can go sit in the air conditioner or do whatever. There's a pretty cool old house down here. I would drive down there, but I got this long trailer and there's no way turning around down there. But anyway, I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it's not seen by everybody, you know. I mean, I guess I didn't see it for a long time either, though. But if somebody would have brought it up to me and said it like that, I'd be like, hey, wait a second. There's a problem here. You know what I mean? Not these fucking people. Oh no, it's the law. I'm a constitutional, voted in, upholding, standing Republican. I don't know whatever bullshit they say. But we gotta keep the trailer on the blacktop and get the truck on the gravel. Nope, now I'm in the grass. I overshot it. Hope you don't mind on one in the yard a little bit. I can't see where I'm at. Oh shit, I'm going the wrong direction. That's gonna be bad. I went out in the yard. Well, at least my truck don't leak nothing no more, so you can't bitch about that. No leaks. Not a one. All right. I'll turn the yard up. Probably try hard to tear it up with ball tires. Anywho, I don't get it, man. I mean, can't we buy like a bunch of land somewhere and declare it's our own country or some shit? I mean, how many people does it take to say, hey, we don't want this. We're done. Get out of our lives. How many? I love this house. I love every house. Better. I gotta do something about this deck too. The boards on it, so I made the mistake. My thought was that the trailer needs to flex some, so I didn't put bolts in every spot. I skipped every other cross member. I know this got to come out still. This shouldn't be there. It should be one board. I know. And the problem is the logs we used for this, I guess, had a knot in them or somewhere or something, and they're starting to twist and shit, and they're actually breaking the stainless steel bolts, which me loading shit on it probably hasn't helped either. I'm sure that's probably part of it, flexing so much and breaking them. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyhow, I want to go. I want to go in here and it's going to lock me out anyway. Not like anybody wants to hear what I have to say. But they're putting flock cameras in down here, which nobody even knows about. I've asked 3 or 4 people about them so far, and nobody even knew what I was talking about. Message these. So there's a Facebook group here, has like 30,000 subs, and my argument would be that's now the new public square, you know. And I was blocked from it for showing where the sheriff was trying to arrest me for videotaping at a public meeting. They blocked me from the group. So I messaged the lady this morning, like, hey, here's what's going on. People need to know about it. You need to let me back in the group. I didn't violate any of the group policies, blah, blah, blah. You need to let me back into the group so people can know what's going on. And she said, well, I'll let you back in, but only so you can promote your business. And I said nothing about my business to her. In fact, I could care less about that. I don't need your fucking page to promote my business. But what I do need is to be able to reach out to people, and people are on your page. So I don't know what she's going to say back. Let's see. But I'm going to roll. You guys have a great day and stay safe. Where's the X?